All right, guys, let's look at the G-Shock titanium that pushed the Stealth Wealth out of my collection. How does that happen? This is like its polar opposite, right? I mean, it's just, you go from Stealth Wealth to just ridiculous. This watch actually gets a lot of hate, and maybe that's my draw to it because I like to go where people don't go. So this one's really cool to me, and I'm happy to have grabbed it. Big thanks to my buddy John over at the Watch Gauge. I'm going to put a link to his web store in the description because he is constantly hooking me up with killer titanium G-Shock squares and some micro brands and a bunch of other stuff. In case you didn't know, plus he's carrying like Zodiac. He's got some other stuff too. It's pretty sweet. Check it out. So before we get into the details on this one, and I'm not going to get crazy into detail, I have to show you, this is what this watch is all about. And we're going to take a look at the box too. But I had to print it because I can't memorize all this stuff. But essentially, this is the Tran Tixxii, which is a special titanium material that took like 6 years with a collaboration of working with Nippon Steel, and well, they were the main ones that actually did it all. But G-Shock was involved at some level because they kind of got to use it right away. So it's basically like crazy hard, really awesome titanium, and it polishes up to a mirror-like finish, which is a smudge magnet, by the way. And then, so the big question, and I'm going to answer that for you. Can it scratch? Yes. Will it scratch? Absolutely. It's IP finished. So you're going to scratch the IP finish. I guarantee it if you have this watch. And I'll try to snag a picture. My buddy Jerry has one of these as well. And if anybody's going to scratch it, Jerry's going to scratch it. We all give him heck about it too. But he did scratch his. I think on one of the red links, I think he scratched it. So I'll see if I can drop that picture in at the end of the video or something. Now, I've been wearing mine, and I can't find any scratches on it. So we'll do some close-ups. Maybe you guys can find one. I've legit wore this thing nonstop when I first arrived, and I wore it a ton, and I wore it at work and everything. But I'm pretty careful with my watches, or a lot careful with my watches. So, me not scratching a watch is really actually not that big of a deal. Just like Jerry scratching a watch is actually not that big of a deal. That's just how we wear our watches. So retail price on this bad boy is, where's the price tag? $1,700. Yikes. I don't think you're going to pay $1,700 for it. Well, maybe you will. I don't know. See, the thing with G-Shock squares, even when they call them limited editions, they don't really limit them. They don't tell, in my opinion, it's not really a limited edition watch. If you don't number the darn thing, or at least tell us, what is it limited to? So anyway, it's a GMW, which is, G-Shock metal watch, B5000-tr9. So TR9 is what the main thing is that is going to give you the indication that it's this crazy multi-colorway Tran Tixxii titanium. I don't know, some of us are calling it the Iron Man because if you look at the Mark V Iron Man suit, it kind of has these colors and polished finishes and stuff like that. So, out of all the things you could call it, I think I'd like to choose Iron Man if I can. If I can have a vote on that, I would like to vote Iron Man to call it, because that is definitely the more cool name that I've heard thrown around. Let's take a look at the box real quick, and then we'll take the measurements and all that good stuff. But of course, when they do like these special or limited editions, they kind of doll up the box a little bit. You have the gold up top here, just like you have the gold watch head. And then of course you have the red, the blue, the black. And they can't really simulate the gray and the polish and everything like that. You open it up, red G-Shock has a nice little cushion and all that good stuff. So anyway, fun, kind of matches the watch. All right, so the watch. 43.3 millimeter side to side, 49.7 lug to lug on the case, 13.3 thick. It does have a sapphire crystal, by the way, guys. When you go to the titanium, you get sapphire crystal. And it weighs 99 grams, sized for my 7¼ inch wrist. The gold on it is, it doesn't seem like it's as yellowish as the Bling Master, the steel one that's coated with the gold. So this one's definitely a keeper too. And this one's, after wearing this one for a while, you pop that on and you're like, wow, is this like real gold? It's actually kind of heavy feeling, but it's not. It's not real gold. I didn't say it was. All right, so if we zoom in, you'll also see, sorry sorry about that. Let me get my pointer out here. You'll also see multiple colors used on the below the crystal here. So you have tough solar Bluetooth. That's kind of like in gold. That's red. Then you got blue, and then silver, and then gold. It kind of rotates around just like the bracelet links do. Does that make sense? I think it does. Then you got the brick pattern behind there. Everybody loves that. And they know everybody loves it, so they're going to keep doing it. The other thing you have is you have a black button here, and then you have a gold button here, and they're oversized buttons. But over on this side, you have a black one, and even in my studio light, it's kind of hard to tell. But this is like a lighter, it's not quite black, but it's like a lighter, I think it's supposed to match this color here. And again, at the end of the video, you can see how this is a smudge magnet like crazy. And that does drive me nuts. I'm not going to lie, that drives me nuts. I'm constantly wiping it off. But when you get a good clean surface on it and the sunlight catches it, it's amazing. And I will drop, again, at the end of the video, I took an outside video, so you'll be able to see the color in the full sun. I apologize for the smudges, guys. But that's the reality, man. That's how it is. It's, man, this is such a cool looking watch. Again, in my opinion. So, all right, so if we roll through the functions real quick, of course, this is the standard way I have it set up. And I don't connect it to my Bluetooth, you guys. You don't have to connect it to your Bluetooth. So you can see I have the power save on, I have the light function on, and then it did receive signal Tuesday, June 8th. Daylight savings time is on, it's 9:01 p.m. So if we hit the mode button, you got your world time function. You can change that. You can set that all up however you want. You have multiple alarms. You have your stopwatch function. That's easy to use. I'm not going to do it. And then you have your countdown timer. And then you're back to your main time. I use the chronograph function once in a while. That's it. I would suspect most of you guys don't use all this stuff. Maybe you use the alarm. I don't. But here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. I love it. Like when I'm driving or something like that, all I can see is this. I can't see the watch head, right? Oh, that just looks funky, man. I love it. And you have a black clasp. Easy to use, double pusher for micro adjust. Pretty simple. Now sizing the bracelet is, it's pin and collar. So if you're familiar with pin and collar, I've done a video on it, on how to do it with these. It's not that big of a deal. So it does have the auto light feature too. So when you're wearing it and you just kind of twist your wrist up when it's dark out, it'll light up. And that works pretty good. I forget which one's the light. Is it that one? No, it's this one. No, it's this one. I don't know what's going on. Let's kill the lights and check the backlight on it. Yeah, there it is. So on these ones, on these modules, it has the like soft on, soft off feature, which is kind of nice. So, and it doesn't stay on if you hold it down. So anyway, guys, there it is. Check out John's website in case you didn't know. See, there it goes. It did the automatic thing. Yeah. This one actually works really good. I think it works better than my, yeah, it works even better than my metal or my steel one. Like they're both, whatever. Now they're not going to do it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching.